Because when everything is equal, these are the differentiators. If everyone provides properly housekeeping, security and engineering service and all, and they go home, then that's the minimum expected. What was probably the earlier the high benchmark and the standard has now become the basic requirement for sustenance in the business. But that alone cannot guarantee this continuation of business thereafter, because there are people who give plus plus plus, and these are the people who make a difference. If he is really willing to be seriously in the business and he has to grow, then this is what something he has to do, and this is where you can incentivize it. And the reason for that is because he is looking at the things from a different perspective from what you are looking. It is not that you can't really think from, you means I mean the client, the whole client as such, the company, that you are thinking from the, not thinking about the innovative solutions. Of course you are, but your outlook is different because you are standing within that circle. He is standing outside the circle. So sometimes it happens that when he is standing as a from a neutral or a different position, he will find some solutions which probably you are not seeing right now, and that will help you. So you encourage him, you motivate him, you inspire him to say that I will give you incentives. And how you give incentives, what form, that is coming in the next ahead in the slides. That I will incentivize you if you do 1, 2, 3. And among those 1, 2, 3, one you can say is that give me some innovative solution. He has to keep pace with the technological upgradation, and he has to pass on that benefits to you. He is not just like a service provider who is a contractor, who comes to the site and delivers 1, 2, 3 what has been promised. But he has to keep a tab on the technological upgradations that are happening at the outside in the world. That is his job, his primary job. You may also know it. You will also know it by your own circle, your own way of finding out the news and the different your interest and all that. But it's optional. You still do it for your sake. But he has to do for his excellence in his field. He has to grow in the business. Then he needs to do that, and then he has to find out which technology is being applied, and then to propose to you to say, okay, this new technology has come which will help our job simpler, easier and more efficient, and I would like to implement it in your premises. Let us talk about this. Whether investment, we share the investment, we share the profits. This is a real service provider. Ultimately, the outcome of all these three which have been so far mentioned are either you save money, or you save time, or you save resources, which is your improved efficiency, your effectiveness and your profitability. Ultimately, these are the things. So it should help you in some way. It can be these, or it can be any something different which is dearer to your company. He should find out that. That is his business. That he should find out what you value most and how he can give you that most. This is the real service provider in today's times. Reduced energy consumption. First is you save money because energy costs are there. Second is you indirectly contribute to sustainability. Right? What is sustainability? Sustainability about reducing the energy consumption. And why do we say reducing the energy consumption? Because there is a carbon emission and all. That's a big story, like global warming and the gases, the greenhouse gases. To put it in simple words, why do we say you have to save energy for the sustainability? Is because most of the energy that is currently being produced in India and elsewhere in the world as well, many of the countries, most of the countries, is through the combustion of coal. There are thermal power plants. And thermal power plants is you burn the coal. When you burn coal, there will be carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases. And that is why you say when you reduce the energy consumption, the greenhouse gases emission, carbon dioxide will be reduced. It will help the environment. Then you can sitting in your house in the evening at 7 o'clock having a cup of tea. You can look where how many chillers are in operation, what is the temperature in different floor levels. Nothing like that. It's a luxury. Why not to have that? I mean, it's a good thing. Instead of calling people and they say, okay, let me go to the room and then come and tell you, that is ancient now. So smart buildings and smart applications, smart equipment, smart processes. So if he implement that, this is one of the factors for incentivization for him. So any service provider who does that, you can as a client, tell him that whenever there is any additional opportunity for any services coming to us, because every business grows. This is by logic, right? By default. So you can say that our all future businesses, whenever they are coming, we will be considering you favorably in that. You cannot blindly guarantee, but you can say you definitely stand an edge over it. So this can be a good motivator for him because he will see a growth ahead, and that will be a good incentive for him to work forward. You can say you come out with any technology as a blind rule, as a generally broad rule. You can say that you bring any technology which will save me my money, and if my OPEX is saved, I will share 30% with you, 70% with me, or whatever 60-40 or 50-50 ratio that you have. It works as a win-win situation for both. And he will be more encouraged to get such kind of solutions for you, and his brain will really start working. So keep a track of all such exceptional performance where people have shown their integrity, where they have shown out of the way, they have gone out of the way, and they have helped the company to do something better. So those people can be rewarded. Now for these people, it's actually very simple to satisfy them. They don't need anything big. Just give them like a 500 rupees voucher or a 1000 rupees voucher at a mall or something like that, and they will be very happy. And call them in front of 100 people or 50 people, and just felicitate them with a kind of a certificate. The certificate is free. You can give it any number of certificate, you can print it, and with a voucher of 1000 rupees or 500 rupees, and you have made his day. He will remember this day for lifelong, and this will be also motivator for all other colleagues of his, all the ground force, to really go that extra mile the next time they come into such a situation. So this you can incentivize, and the company will also feel happy. The service provider feel happy that his staff is getting rewarded by the clients from their own side as an initiation. This is very important point, I feel, from a strategic perspective, where it says that all your performance scorecards and your KPIs are viewed more like, okay, this service is good, this service is bad, you are efficient here, you are failing here, and all that. But in future it will be looked like how this is helping the company to drive its transformation, how it is helping to enable the change, and a value creation coming out of this whole process of performance management.